Welcome back, everyone, to the 2021 Bowling Promotion Tour, sponsored by Cubica AMF. Today we have our third match of the Masters Series stepladder, featuring a three-way match between England's Sarah Hood and two French players, starting with Serge Braga, who we saw in last year's Bowling Promotion Cup, and we'll get our first look at Fabien Higounenc, also from France. In the first match, we saw Carl Buckley advance against Paige Nelson, and Michael Koch then survived a 9th and 10th frame roll-off against Veronique Ségur. And the winner of this match joins Carl and Michael in our last three-way match of this stepladder for the right to advance and face number 8 seed Jack Blythe of England. I'm Bruce Hall, and I'll be your commentator for the U.S. version of these matches. This is the 13th of 22 matches for this series we'll be bringing you, and you can see the entire schedule at bowlingpromotiontour.com. Now let's get our first look at Fabien Higounenc. And he's playing inside clearly with urethane and gets around the ball a little bit left of target. That's going to go through the beak for a 6-10. We have traditionally seen this left lane hook a little more through this series. And Fabien got that ball left and through the beak for the 6-10. Higounenc with the plastic spare ball. No trouble on the cover there for the spare. And now we will get our first look at Sarah Hood in this stepladder. We watched Sarah in the mixed doubles along with her partner Jack Blythe. And Sarah is a straight up the boards player. Excellent technique. English player, as we said. Let's see how she's playing this 41-foot oil pattern. That was right around the 6th board. Just a little late to the pocket, and a flat 10 to kick things off for Sarah. Per international rules, women get an 8-pin handicap, independent of entering average. So we'll be adding 8 pins to Sarah's score as we go through this match to try to bring you the up-to-date scores as to who's ahead. And no trouble on the 10-pin for Sarah. As you saw on the opening credits, all of these bowlers bowled 32 games to determine this seeding across various locations in France. And the graphic you saw at the beginning of the telecast showed that seeding. And once we get through these three-person step ladders, we'll be up to the number 8 seed, which is going to be Jack Blythe, which is actually Sarah's English compatriot. Then we'll move up the step ladder. And of course, it was led by none other than Daria Payok. And here's our first look at Serge Braga. Gets it a little right on that lane that's supposed to hook more, and it does not for Serge. And it goes off to the right, coming up late, and there is going to be the 2-4-10 split. And let's see what Serge can do with this split to kick things off. And taking the hooking ball, I need a little more hook there. And that's going to be 9 out for Serge in frame number 1. Mentioned Daria Payok was the number 1 seed. Carl Eklund, Swedish player number 2. Christopher Viali, 3rd from the USA. Powerful two-hander Nora Johansson from Sweden, 4th. Quentin Deroux from France, 5th. Manon Grancier, who we've seen, 6th. And Halvar Hagen Nielsen, 7th, along with Jack Blythe. And there's a strike by Higounenc in his second frame. And let's watch this shot. He gets it out over around the 14th board. And per that urethane, he gets a really early hook in the shot. And then it comes up, sets in the pocket, and gives him the strike. So good shot there for Fabien. Now Sarah on this left lane. Let's see what she can do. Again, a real stylist. Look at that beautiful form. Threw a little bit high in the pocket And let's give her 9. So if we add her 8 to the 9, we get 27 in the first frame. And Sarah takes the early lead. You can see Carl Buckley there in the background. Some of the other players watching. And Sarah goes by the 4-pin. We're on a 41-foot oil pattern. There is some concentration of oil in the middle. And Sarah laid that ball down, even though it was her strike ball. She put it down in the middle of the lane and it caught that puddle. And it went absolutely straight, giving her the open frame in the second. And let's see what Sergey can do here. And much better shot by Sergey. Give him the strike in the second frame. Sergey, I believe our oldest player in this competition at age 48. Throwing the ball very, very well. Has only been bowling for 11 years, so he started at age 37. That's a late time in life to get into the game, but very glad to have you, Sergey. Here's Fabien. Can he double up? Yeah, it's left as well, way left. That's going to go Brooklyn. And he got way more hook than he expected on that shot. Let's see if he gets ahead of himself a little bit. That's just left of target right off his hand. And then it just reads from there. So across to the Brooklyn side. And let's see if Fabien can pick up this 5-8. And once again, as usual, we're at Silverbowl in a town called Beaucouze, France, the northwest portion of the country. And don't chop it. Doesn't chop it. Makes the spare. And that's going to give Fabien the lead after 2 completed frames by 4 over Sarah. Once again, add 8 to Sarah's score when you see it. Taking her time here. See Veronique Ségur there in the background. And that's a little left of her first shot. Beautiful shot there for Sarah. Right to the pocket. And Sarah, like Manon, and like some of the other ladies, dead straight up the boards. Very accurate and with wonderful form. Some wonderful coaching we're seeing here, especially on this French team. And from England and from all the other teams. And the coaches are here in the center offering advice and ball selection and other things to their players. And Sergey gets that one to come back for the double. Big shot there by Sergey. That's going to put all these players within 4 pins of the lead after 3 frames. And Sergey crumbling the bucket there. And Fabien, once again high. He's getting that roll, and ball's hooking way too early for him on this lane, in both lanes. He looks like he hit his mark, but look at it read in the mid lane. He goes high for the 3-6-10. Goes to the plastic ball for the 3-6-10. Very good cover there. And here we are moving through the 4th frame. And here's Sarah. There's Amy Vialli in the background there. Sarah, age 38, a data analyst in England. And that was right of target. Will it recover? No. That comes up for the 2-8. Sarah, a member of Team England in 2018. And that ball would not make the corner. A little bit right. She's not throwing very aggressive equipment, so the ball is not really picking up very hard. She's almost got to give a little help towards the pocket there. And then we saw that ball skid right through the oil, shooting the 4-pin on this lane last time. Let's see what she does with the 2-8. And very nice cover there by Sarah. Sarah down 1 pin to Fabien. And now can Sergey triple up here? And lay off. And it does a little bit. It takes him in for the 4-pin. Once again, right in the middle of the oil, right over the 4th arrow. We'd like to see that hold, but unfortunately makes the turn at the end. Not a bad shot. And up for the 4-pin there. It's a Brunswick Quantum. Sergey is throwing. And Sergey flags the 4-pin. Unfortunately, hooks by it and give him the open frame. And then we'll put him down a mark to the other 2 players here. As we get to the halfway point, once again, the winner of this match moves on to join Carl Buckley and Michael Koch in a 3-way match. And the winner of that match will face Jack Blythe. And Fabien urges that one to turn, gets it to, and gets the strike. Now he can get away with a little bit of right on this lane. It's a little bit drier. He just waves it back, gets it back, get the mixer. Bowler's best friend. And good shot there. There's Fabien and Veronique back there. Can bet they're speaking French, all from the French team. Sarah, once again, another beautiful shot. Turned it up, dead flush. No doubt about that one. And Sarah maintains with her 8-pin handicap, 1 pin behind Fabien, and the pair are about a mark ahead of Sergey Braga. So Sergey needs to come back here. And that's a pretty good looking shot. Dead flush for Sergey. Beautiful shot there. In the 5th, we're halfway home. And who will move on to face Buckley and Koch? Interesting that Sergey, bowling only 11 years, taught himself how to bowl 2-handed. That's a sign of the times. Someone enters the game in their 30s and teaches themselves how to bowl 2-handed. So good for him. And here's Fabien straight up the lane that time, gets the trip 4. And big shot there. That will give him the 11-pin lead now over Sarah. Can Sarah match and keep pace? We had a little time off of these videos over the holidays, but we're back now. Should be seeing these at a regular pace now. And she got it to the right, but threw it very well and gets the ball to recover off the corner. Look at this, right over the 5-board, but she really got her fingers into the ball, got some turn, and gets the mixer. So good shot there by Sarah. This goes to show that the better form creates area on the lane. Get those fundamentals down. Now, can Sergey double up? And yes. Oh, really? Oh, my gosh. A wiggling 9-pin. It just looked dead flush in the pocket. I called it as a strike. Look at this. I mean, it looks perfect and just sneaks its way past that 9-pin. Unbelievable bad break there for Sergey. That was a perfect shot for which he was not rewarded. And no problem on the spare, but unfortunately, that's going to leave Sergey 2 marks down to both his competitors. He needed that strike to keep up in this match. And here's Fabien. Left lane, staying with the urethane. I think that urethane's hooking a little early for him. And maybe just not enough because he's way deep in the oil. And as soon as I say that, he proves me wrong and throws a perfect arcing shot. Definitely the best shot of the match there by Fabien. Probably needed a little criticism from me to do that, but look at that. Perfect break point. Rolls through the pins. Beautiful shot there. And now can Sarah match? Now down by 11. Can she get it back to 1? She's been pacing Fabien these last 2 frames. And can she do it again? And a pretty good looking ball right there. Look at that. No doubt about that one. And give Sarah the triple. Quite a match. 1-pin match. Right over 8. And nice, firm, aggressive shot. And give her the strike. Now Braga really in a must-strike situation as his competitors are beginning to string them out here. And gets it right. Will it make the turn? Oh, tough break there for Sergey. Would not make the corner, leaving the 2-8-10. And causing Sergey's fortunes to fade in this match. I don't know that he's going to be able to recover from this. We're here in the 7th. And I think we're looking at a 204 maximum for Sergey. And his competitors cruising into the 210 and even 220 range. Here's Fabien throwing the ball with a lot more authority now. Unfortunately, gets the flat 10 that time. Fabien pacing to 216. And funny enough, so is Sarah Hood. We have an exact tie now between Sarah and Fabien. Fabien gave back the 1 pin of count that was his advantage. And goes by the 10 pin. And I have to say, advantage Hood right now. Let's see what Sarah can do. Can she jump on this open by Fabien and extend her streak to 4 strikes and take the 12-pin lead? She was given a 2-pin lead on the bench. And then with the open, 12-pin lead. Actually, this would make it a 22-pin lead if she can strike here. And does the Revs have it? Yes! Get it up the hill. Get the strike. And now a 22-pin lead by Sarah Hood, just like that. Look at the difference in fortunes. It was just a flat 10 that Fabien went by, and then Sarah took advantage, gets the 4-bagger, and now in command of the match. And here's Sergey, and that one goes high, wiggling 10, gets the 4 out. Doesn't get the friendly roll there. And you can see the roller there. And unfortunately into the gutter for Sergey, and we will hopefully see Sergey again in this competition next year. But that's going to pretty much eliminate his chances to advance in this 3-way match. Moving into the 9th now, Fabien almost a must strike, down 20 pins, and goes high for the 4-pin. Now pacing to 204, maximum 214. And Sarah at a 226 pace, so Sarah will just need 2 marks to close this out at this point, no matter what Fabien does. And no problem on the 4-pin there for Fabien. 214 maximum for Fabien. Let's see if Sarah can basically get to that score pretty much with this shot. Sarah lines up. She hasn't really needed to move because both her competitors have been substantially inside of her in this match. Straight up the 10 board, right to the pocket, and give her the strike. Beautiful shot there. Now Sarah with a 256 maximum. Again, give her 8 pins of handicap. She's not going to need it, I don't think, because now she'll have what she needs in the 9th frame. She'll have her 2-teen in the 9th frame, so we can basically award Sarah Hood the win, and Sarah will move on to face Carl Buckley and Michael Koch in our next 3-way match. Once again, straighter is greater on this 41-foot pattern. We see the 2 power players trying to play in and go around the oil pattern and just don't have the consistency to the pocket and don't have the carry that Sarah was able to generate with her straight up the board strategy. And now a little light for Fabien, and he will close things out here. Not a bad shot. And I think if I were Fabien, I think I would be looking at a more aggressive ball, something that would be coming off the dry a little bit more aggressively than the urethane. But not a bad showing at all for Fabien, and covers the spare. We'll be looking at a 2-0 game for Fabien. We'll close out this match. Once again, our next match, Carl Buckley, Michael Koch, and Sarah Hood will be bowling for the right to face Sarah's compatriot, Jack Blythe, as we move on after that next match to the 2-person stepladder matches. And through the beak, we'll wrap things up for Fabien with even 200, I believe. $200 for Fabien. And now Sarah, can she put the finishing touches? It would be 248 scratch with 8 pins of handicap would give her 256 is her possible score. And in a match, and look at that beautiful shot, no doubt about that one. In a match that was substantially closer than this, they were only 1 pin apart through the 5th, 6th, and 7th frames. Only Sarah just kept on striking. And Fabien ran into some issues. And it will be Sarah Hood moving on. And now she's just freewheeling. Already in the 240s. Got that one a little left. That's not going to hold. Just goes to show there's not unlimited area out there. You do have to make a good shot. And looking at and the crowd urging her on to close things out. And a little makes the spare on the left side. And very nice game there by Sarah Hood. And 243 with the handicap. And a dominant performance by Sarah. Again, nowhere near that far apart, only a few frames ago. And Sarah just taking command, essentially throwing the back 6 in this match. So congratulations to Sarah. And Sergey finds the pocket here. And we'll watch Sergey finish up, and we'll close this out and look for you in our next video. Once again, Carl Buckley, Michael Koch, and Sarah Hood in our last three-way match of this Masters stepladder here in the 2021 Bowling Promotion Tour. Shout out to Bruno Bedone, our producer of the series. Bruno doing a fine job with the videography, coordinating things. You can sign up for the 2022 tour at bowlingpromotiontour.com. Get some information there. And there's a double by Sergey. These competition is typically conducted in September. So September of 2022, you can have a wonderful tour of France and go bowl some of these fantastic events. And here is Sergey's last shot. And can he finish with a bang? And no, just leaves the 4-pin there. But a good finish there by Sergey, finishing up to 180. And once again, congratulations to Sarah Hood. We'll see her move on to our next three-way match. And thanks, everybody. Bruce Hall here. And we will see you back for our next match. Congratulations, Sarah.
Sarah, a smashing performance, as you would say in the UK. You bowled very, very well. In the next round, you have to bowl your partner, Carl. Any reservations about that?
A little bit. It's going to make it interesting, certainly. But he plays on the left, I play on the right, so I'm going to let him do his thing. I'll worry about my shots, and we'll see what happens.
Well, wonderful. I hope you bowl well again in the next round, and good luck.
Thank you.